It has been amended 5 times in the past. And every time, we seem to get it wrong. And that's why we are here, and we believe that this particular committee will, for the first time, get it right. The Act first came into place in 2008, after the enactment of the Political Parties Act in 2017. And at that time, the argument, which still stands today, was one, we needed to depersonalize political parties so that they would become institutions that belongs to members. Remember, at that time, we used to say we have briefcase parties. Number 2, we had benchmarked with other countries across the world, and we are seeing that for us to call ourselves a multi-party democracy, then we needed a fund for all political parties so that we could encourage different ideas, different ideologies, and so on and so forth. So in 2007, the funding model was such that 15% of the fund was going to all political parties, registered political parties. Then 80% will be allocated on a prorated basis, depending on how the parties performed in the previous elections. And then the other 5% was for the administration of the fund. Unfortunately, amendments were done in 2011, 2014, 2017, including last year, where this fund was skewed in such a way that at one point it was only 2 political parties that could get the fund. It is, in as much as some of the bigger political parties, or the ones that had more elected members, and a lot of votes, could not even qualify. So the amendments have been done without keeping in mind why the fund came into place in the first place. So our recommendation to the committee is that we amend the Act so that we return the 15% that is given to all political parties, all fully registered political parties that participated in the previous elections. And then 60% will be distributed depending on the number of votes that each political party garnered in the previous election. And then 10% to be distributed depending on the number of seats that the political party garnered at all levels, from presidential to MCA. And lastly, 10% to be distributed according to the number of SIGs, women, youth, persons with disabilities, marginalized, that the party has managed to sponsor to parliament or the elective body, the respective elective body. And we believe that if this is done, then we will give life to multi-party democracy in this country. Secondly, is the question of funding of the political parties fund, political parties liaison committee. So here we have a committee, creature of Section 38 of the Constitution, of the Political Parties Act, but the Political Parties Liaison Committee doesn't have teeth, doesn't have strength, because it is not funded by the Exchequer. Currently, we receive some little funding, very little funding, through the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, and occasionally we receive some funding from some of these NGOs. And we feel that the Political Parties Liaison Committee, given that it is the most representative body of all political parties in this country, should have an independent fund so that it can achieve its main goal. Indeed, the Political Parties Liaison Committee was created to foster dialogue. That is a word in the Act, dialogue between IBC, the Registrar of Political Parties, and all political parties. If PPLC was hitherto funded and operated as per the expectation of the law, then probably even this committee that you are presenting before will not be there, because perhaps most of those issues that have been raised today will have been dealt with at that level. That is my presentation, and that is our presentation as PPLC. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Chairman?
Co-chairs, I still have 2 items, and I still am
please,
still within my time.
Yeah.
I'm still on my time. Now, the issue of supplements and entrenchment of the state officers, it's not really our issue per se, but we still have a small point on the same. But very brief, Mr. Leo, very brief, please.